Hello everyone, Simon Bard here, and welcome to a special Thanksgiving review. Yep, Thanksgiving is arriving soon, if you can't tell by the decorations that I have. And to celebrate, it's time to look at a movie that has nothing to do with the holiday. Except that it takes place on Thanksgiving and has no turkey, no potatoes, no cranberry sauce, or no pumpkin pie. But there is a parade happening. And this is not only Amblimation's second film to be released, but it's also the last movie of theirs for me to review. We're Back, A Dinosaur Story. The movie is based on the book of the same name by Hudson Talbot. And surprisingly, the screenplay was written by John Patrick Shanley, the same writer for Moonstruck and Joe vs. the Volcano. A young bird named Buster is having a hard time fitting in with his brothers picking on him, and decides to leave the nest. But he meets a Tyrannosaurus Rex playing golf named Rex, who tells Buster the story of how he became what he is now. During the prehistoric time, Rex was one of the few dinosaurs selected by Captain Neweyes and his alien assistant Forb, and trying Neweyes' cereal called Brain Gain that improves the dino's IQ. And once Rex meets the other dinosaurs, which are a pterodactyl named Elsa, a triceratops named Woog, and a plateosaurus named Dweeb, Neweyes sends the 4 dinosaurs to New York City on modern-day Earth to fulfill the children's wishes of seeing dinosaurs. Yet Neweyes also tells them to see Dr. Julia Fleeb, who's setting up a dinosaur exhibit in the Museum of Natural History to feature them. But he warns them of his brother, Professor Screw-Eyes, who went mad after losing his eye and has also gained magical hypnotizing powers with his new one. And as the dinosaurs were heading to the museum, they come across a runaway boy named Louie and a girl named Cecilia Nuthatch, whose parents were away during the Thanksgiving holiday. Yet in trying to help the dinosaurs get to their destination, Louie and Cecilia were separated from them and went to a circus in Central Park, which happens to be run by Professor Screw-Eyes. With the other Amblimation movies I have reviewed, with Balto being okay and Five Goes West being somewhat enjoyable, I find this one to be my favorite, believe it or not, because it's pretty fun in my opinion. There's just a whole lot of amazing things happening as it goes from great moment to great moment. In some ways the animation is kind of like Five Goes West in how it flows and how it's shot, but it's a little bit restrained than the last one, considering that there's plenty of darker moments within the second and third act. But the best moments are usually the craziest ones. The Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, despite critical reception of it going in the wrong direction, and honestly, does anybody care about it, has of course the character flows in the film's only song, Roll Back the Rock, with lyrics by Thomas Dolby and music by James Horner. It's a catchy beat and I had fun enjoying it, yet like the songs in Five Goes West, the lyrics aren't too memorable, only some of it is. And the version by James Brown in the end credits is enjoyable too. The chase scene that follows the parade scene is likely the most craziest, with Elsa being chased by helicopters, Rex skateboarding a truck, Dweeb going through a subway train while this guy looks on giving a funny expression, and Woog on a motorcycle having to enter a store and crashing into a stack of hot dogs. And it does feel weird seeing a herbivore eat meat like early on in the movie. The scenes with Stubbs the Clown are good, but when he does his comedic bits, it's pretty funny, even when entertaining Louie and Cecilia, and when he tells Professor Screw-Eyes that he quits, and gives him most of his stuff. But the circus by far is over the top. It's not because of the presentation, because it looks sort of fun, it's with the audience. Yes, seeing an audience looking to be scared and enjoying it is fun and all, but this is really pushing it, to the point that Louie and Cecilia acknowledge how insane these people are. How would being scared cause their hair to fly up or even to lose it? Why would going so far back in the stands make them safe from frights that aren't that scary? And even if these scares were so intense to have people leave the circus, then why would they even come back to it? One small group early on looks so tough and act all mean, and come back for more frights, only to be scared by things that look like this. I never find myself being scared by any of this, even as a kid. But these people are easily the most paranoid bunch I've ever seen. But again, it's all part of the fun. And not to mention there's also some little cameos snuck in here and there, and they're pretty fun as well. And the actors voicing the characters did a pretty good job. John Goodman voices Rex, Felicity Kendall voices Elsa, Ray Lee Vance voices Woog, Charles Fleischer voices Dweeb, Jay Leno voices Vorb, Walter Cronkite voices Captain Neweyes, Kenneth Mars voices Professor Screw-Eyes, Joe Shea voices Louie, Yardley Smith voices Cecilia Nuthatch, Martin Short voices Stubbs the Clown, Juliet Child voices Dr. Judith Bleeb, Ray Perlman voices Motherbird, and Blaise Berdal voices Buster. As a whole, this movie is fun. The characters are great, the story is nice, the one song is fun, and the animation is pretty good. Directors Dick Zondag, Ralph Zondag, Phil Nibelink, and Simon Wells had done a pretty amazing film that, even though it's very crazy at times, it's certainly a load of fun, and I enjoyed every minute of it. From the parade, to the chase sequence, to the circus. Sure, it wasn't a big hit or critical success, even for being released the same year as Jurassic Park. It's very much a cult classic for those that grew up with films like these, and I'm really glad to be a part of it. So today, this movie we're getting a rating of 3 stars. So thank you for joining me. Like, comment, subscribe, follow me on Facebook or Twitter, support me on Patreon. Tune in next week for a new video, and have a happy Thanksgiving. Hello everyone, Sylvan Bard here. Yeah, it's time to review another movie that I saw in theaters, and so let's just cut the chase and get on with it. Here it is, and I hope you enjoy it. Now it's time to look over the latest film from DC, and one that I felt did better than their previous films. It's the crossover film to rival the first Avengers movie, Justice League, based on the characters from DC Comics. The story is on Bruce Wayne trying to put together a team to stop Steppenwolf, the end of all worlds, who plans to steal 3 mother boxes that contain great power, that when united together will bring his old world back to life on Earth. And so it's up to Bruce Wayne as Batman and his team to join together to stop Steppenwolf's plan. And his team includes Diana Prince, aka Wonder Woman, Barry Allen as The Flash, Arthur Curry as Aquaman, and Victor Stone as Cyborg. Director Zack Snyder has done a pretty good job of making this crossover of DC characters, filled with fun characters, a nice story, nice effects, and pretty good action. And even though I found Wonder Woman from a few months ago to be not that much, I definitely felt that this one did better than Batman v Superman. There's plenty of humorous moments, especially from Barry Allen, and with music from Danny Elfman, which includes his Batman theme from the 1989 movie, I had a fun enjoyment with this. The characters' backstories and personalities were fleshed out enough to know who they are, until their own films come out, and there are several surprises going on that make the film worthwhile. And until more films from DC come out, I would say that this film is pretty enjoyable and fun since the Tim Burton Batman films. So today I'm giving this movie a rating of 3 stars. And that is it. So thank you for joining me. Like, comment, subscribe, follow me on Facebook or Twitter, support me on Patreon, and tune in next week for a new video. So, take care, and have a happy Thanksgiving.